Grand Rising Loves. This is the altar spread for the collective today. So the sacred geometry that showed up, check this out. Again, love and power. And so as a reminder, this is the beautiful joining, the unification of masculine and feminine. So not only becoming whole within yourself, but creating unity consciousness outside of ourselves. And we do that through intent. So using love and power to create rather than to control. And so really be aware of your intent. And intent means how are you creating outside of yourself? What is your thought process before creation? What is that energetic that happens before you create, before you have a directive energy? Directive is outside of yourself. How are you moving through the human experience? And so using intention is using love and power, because love is truly the ultimate power. Love is the only truth that exists. And if you're using it to manipulate, to capture, to control, then that's misuse of power. And this card speaks about that happening for far, far, far too long. And we have to return to the original state of being, of wholeness and unity, using love and power in the right and proper way, so that we can reunify our energy. And we can only do that by starting within first. So how are you using love and power for yourself? And is it in the service of greed instead of in service? Because your needs will always, always get met if intent is proper. And I think that's what a lot of people don't understand, is that you don't have to manipulate to get your needs met or to have an abundant life. You can actually do that by moving through life with love. And that's proper use of power. Vision Quest showed up in the reverse. So Vision Quest is about facing our fears, embracing our mortality, and meeting face to face with spirit. And so if you feel stagnant, it calls for you to use a new perspective and to really be mindful about that, quieting yourself, and to stay on this vision quest to find a new key to open new doors, is what it actually says. And I love that. But showing up in the reverse is the medicine of the card. And so the medicine is saying, Spirit's been trying to contact you, but you've been in a tailspin of avoidance. So numbing behaviors and the process of avoidance, busying yourself is doing that, is avoidance. Numbing yourself with food, TV, social media, drugs, alcohol, sex, all of those behaviors are actually cutting you off from spirit, and they're just contributing to the stagnation and depression or anxiety that you may be feeling. So bringing yourself to the present moment and allowing yourself to be uncomfortably bored first, and then when you marinate in that discomfort, you actually get to feel the deeper current of what is really needed to connect with. So message from Spirit, listen. And Chrysocolla is showing up again. So this is wild. For this sacred geometry and this crystal to be consistently showing up again and again and again in the altar spreads is pretty phenomenal and very rare. And so if you remember, Chrysocolla is all about speaking the truth of your heart. And so it's all about intent. How are you producing with your voice, your vibration? This is how are you producing with your energy? How are you producing with your voice? Because the voice is how we speak magic into material. so intent is really important. Is it self-serving? And when it is self-serving, you actually entrap others. But is it in the service of love? That's the unity consciousness, because everyone is love. So that space of love to create from will resonate with everyone. So if you speak from that space, that is the proper intent that's going to create the magical existence. And that's the sacred sound that Chrysocolla supports. And so this is Chrysocolla, since it's been showing up so much. I think I showed it before, but I'm not quite sure. But this is a raw piece of Chrysocolla. It's really pretty. I didn't even realize that before. It kind of looks like a heart etched into that stone. It's beautiful. And so the circle cross of tenon. We haven't seen this one, so I'm excited to pull a different card. And it says, the rare intersection of heaven and earth. And so this card represents that even though it may not feel like it, you are actually aligned. And so all of the discomfort that's happening is meant to happen. It's actually a purification of your reality. And so all of the discord and discomfort and anger that people are portraying, the closed hearts, and so fear really does that. Fear closes off hearts. But that's really what it's doing. It's separating the denser energy from the higher vibration. And so that denser energy is preparing to be eradicated. And the higher vibration is preparing to be up-leveled. So that is happening, and we have to allow that to happen, because that's the only way we can return to unity consciousness, is to have that cleanse happen. And so everything that's happening is meant to happen. And so there will be losses to create space for the new. And so I want to say the prayer for this card, just like I did for the others. So if you just shake out your shoulders, and let's take a unified breath together. Deep, nice inhale, filling the entire lobes of the lungs, releasing with an audible sigh, closing your eyes and staying connected with my voice. Addressing the East. Through the protective gateway of unconditional love, I invite the power of divine grace into my being and into this world. Through the protective gateway of unconditional love, I invite the power of the divine will into my being and into this world. Addressing the West. Through the protective gateway of unconditional love, I invite the power of divine healing into my being and into this world. Addressing the North. Through the protective energy gateway of unconditional love, I invite the power of divine presence into my being and into this world. So just pay attention now to the ground and the earth beneath you. Earth Mother, may all of humanity love, honor, and protect you. Thank you for all that you do for us. You are a Buddha Mother of creativity, generosity, and wild grace. Now drawing your attention to the sky above. On behalf of all humanity, I invoke divine love, light, and wisdom for the fulfillment of purpose for all divine beings. May we be assisted through the endless divine resource for the greatest good for all generations. May divine grace evoke love and higher consciousness in all realms. It is done.